What is up, guys? Ncaa 31 here, bringing you a game of Madden 25 as I go into part 2 of my Tampa 2 series for both Madden 25 and Ncaa 14. And in part 1 I gave you a little overview of base plays and whatnot. And today I'm just going to feature some online play usering the middle linebacker on defense. I feel like it's the most challenging position to user, but also if you can get a feel for it, you can really control things and make things more challenging from that spot, as opposed to using a safety where you're a little bit more detached from the action and further away, or a defensive lineman where you can, Quentin Copels, where you can make things, happen up front, but it puts more pressure on you to have the absolute perfect play calls and perfect adjustments on every play, I feel. And I'll go back and forth, but I feel like middle linebacker is where I've settled in, even more so than the outside at times. And the first key as far as playing middle linebacker well is, and really any user position, is to resist the urge to try to do too much. Because what usually ends up happening when people who are trying to get comfortable and good at user defense, they try to do everything. They're so amped up to make the big hit or make the user play, and that's good. You do need to do those things, that they end up hurting their own defense. There's 10 other guys out there. Your first responsibility is to do your job, and then once you get better at recognizing what's going on around you within both your defense, knowing what the other players are doing, and also what your opponent likes to do, then your ability to anticipate and read patterns will create those big plays. Like right here, he's going to get on the board here, the big return. But as far as some general tips go, tip number 1, strafe is your friend, both in the run game and in the pass game. Strafe helps you keep square to the line of scrimmage, helps keep you leverage against the receivers that you're covering, and will enable you to get a read on what's happening with more control over your player. General rule of thumb, especially in pass coverage, it's better to be more patient in coverage and strafe too much than too little. If you want to make a mistake in pass coverage, you want to make it underneath. You don't want to make it deep. Against the run, strafe will help you to keep from over pursuing until you get a read on the blocks and a bead on the ball carrier's angle, and then you can sprint to cut off the path of the ball carrier, and if you can't make the play yourself, force him into help. So try to resist the urge of doing everything yourself and wanting to make every play. Use your teammates to your advantage and know the responsibilities of the people that you have in coverage. Like right here, I'm playing a cover 2 hard. I have the safeties angled out. I'm always looking to drop back to a landmark in my drop. I pick a spot in the field, usually right where that circle begins. And if nothing is coming, then I'll look to roam. But first you want to account for your area, your responsibility, and then freelance from there if nothing is coming your way. When you're playing a 3 deep or a 4 deep coverage, you can afford to play tighter because you have deep help over the top. But in the Tampa 2, it's vital that you account for anything going deep down that seam first. People like to attack MLB users by running circle routes, by running multiple slants into that area, by running high-lows. They'll run a drag or a circle with a deep post coming behind it, trying to tempt you to come up. Like here, this guy's running the angle route, and strafe allows me to stay inside even though Darren McFadden has the advantage over me. I strafe and try to cut off the inside and then I can position myself. Here I am back in cover 2 sink.
2nd and 14.
Got a spy.
He's looking long.
And I'm able to stay inside and break up that pass. So you want to strafe, you want to pick a landmark to drop back to in the middle of the field, and when you account for that seam, then you run for him, or run to him. Like here I'm playing robber coverage here out of cover 3 double buzz. Same rule applies, but there he just ran more guys deep than I had cover, and I could not quite recover. So I wanted to account for the seam first. When the seam broke to the out, then I turned to look inside, but you know, he ran a good route combo. But you see here that, you know, things aren't easy. He's not just gaining yards in chunks. He gained a touchdown off of a play action pass where a defender or 2 got lost in coverage. That'll happen from time to time on play action and a kick return. And he's having to make perfect throws to beat me. And perfect reads. Like there, he got wise a little bit and sent McFadden down the seam. I'm going to make someone show me that they can do things like that before I get out of it. So I was able to pull off this win. I hope what I explained helps. I'll talk to you all later.